Hello, good evening everyone. Today we shall start with the last part of DTFT. We'll see an equation in DTFT and then we'll start with inverse DTFT. Okay, DTFT stands for discrete time Fourier transform. Let us start with this. Okay, so people, I am in the time domain x of n. If I need to go into the frequency domain, okay, I can take DTFT. Okay, the formula for DTFT is nothing but x of omega or x of e raised to j omega is nothing but equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Okay, so this is nothing but the formula for, I can say, DTFT. Okay, note DTFT formula is obtained by putting z is nothing but equal to e raised to j omega. So we have a direct relationship between z transform as well as DTFT. Okay, if I substitute z raised to minus n over here, it will become nothing but the formula for z transform. Okay, so DTFT is also called as z transform. Okay, on unit circle. So that is what is the relationship. Now, people, the first question over here we have got for this is nothing but a derivation of DTFT. State the range of digital frequency omega is nothing but equal to 2 pi. So this is the question. We have to state the range for omega equal to omega plus 2 pi. So that is what is the question. So we have to consider omega is nothing but equal to omega plus 2 pi. So let us see. Okay, let's start with the solution of this question. By DTFT formula, what will I get? X of omega is nothing but equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Okay, now instead of omega, let's put omega is nothing but equal to omega plus 2 pi, because we have to see the range of this digital frequency. So putting omega is nothing but equal to omega plus 2 pi. Okay, so instead of x of omega, I will write x of omega plus 2 pi, because we are replacing omega by omega plus 2 pi. Okay, that is nothing but equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j n. Instead of omega, I will write omega plus 2 pi. Okay, next step, summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n, but e raised to minus j omega, so e raised to minus j n 2 pi is nothing but equal to 1. So e raised to minus j 2 pi n is nothing but equal to 1. So substituting that equal to 1 over here, what is the final answer that I will get? A is nothing but equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. So people, hence we have proved that x of omega plus 2 pi, we are getting the same answer as x of omega. Okay, so x of omega plus 2 pi is nothing but equal to x of omega. Hence we have proved that the range of omega is nothing but equal to 2 pi, and generally it is taken from minus pi to 0 and 0 to pi and so on. Now let us proceed further up to the next part, and the next part is nothing but inverse DTFT. Okay, before we start with inverse DTFT, let me give you a short introduction about filters. Now people, there are different types of filters. Basically in electronics we have studied many types of filters like pi filter, LC filter, RC filter, etc. But when it comes to digital signal processing or signal processing, we need to understand about analog filters and digital filters. We need to also understand about FIR filters, IIR filters, finite impulse response and infinite impulse response. And there are different types of filters, there are different classification of filters. Okay, so the basic idea over here is to look upon some filters. The name of these filters are low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter and band reject filter. Okay, now let us see the ideal response of a low pass filter. Okay, the ideal response of a low pass filter, let us consider this is the x axis, this is the y axis. Okay, the ideal response of a low pass filter will be from the top, it will go up till the bottom, because this is high frequency. Low pass filter will allow only low frequency to pass, so it is allowing only the low frequency to pass. That's why it is called the low pass filter. It will allow only the low frequency to pass from the range omega c to pi. Let us go on ahead. Let us see the ideal response of a high pass filter. Okay, high pass filter. Okay, if you can see, this is the x axis, this is the y axis, considering the right hand side. Okay, if you will see, it will not allow the low frequency to pass, but it will allow the high frequency to pass. Okay, so this is nothing but an example of high pass filter, so it will allow only the high frequency to pass. So this is not allowed, but high frequency is allowed to pass between the range omega c to pi. So this is the ideal response of a high pass filter. Okay. Next we have over here is nothing but a band pass filter. Okay, so the frequency is allowed to pass only in a given band. Okay, so considering this as the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, so if this is the axis, and if you can see, it is not allowing frequency to pass in this region, but it is allowing frequency to pass only in this region. This in this band, the frequency is allowed to pass. So this is an example of band pass filter. Only in this band the frequency is allowed to pass, whether it is low or high. In this band only the frequency is allowed to pass. Okay, so this is an example of band pass filter. Next, we don't let us understand. We don't have the diagram for band reject filter. So what will be the diagram for band reject filter? Simple. It will go high, then low. Okay, so this is an example. In this range, the band, in this band, the frequency will be rejected. So null frequency will occur over here. So this is, if you want to assume like band reject filter, so the band reject filter will be something like that. This way, just opposite to this graph. Okay, so let us start with solving sums on low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, and band reject filter. So my first question today, here we have got for inverse DTFT, find the impulse response of the following system. You have to find out the impulse response of the following system. Now let me tell you that impulse response means h of n. Okay, if we take the z transform of impulse response, it becomes h of z, and that becomes nothing but transfer function. Okay, so h of n means impulse response. Okay, so here we need to find out h of n. Okay, low pass filter. Okay, low pass filter, impulse response of the following system, low pass filter. So let us draw the diagram for low pass filter. We know the ideal response of a low pass filter. It is alive for this, and it is not alive for this. That means it is allowing only the low frequency to pass between the range of omega c to pi. Now I can also replicate the same. I will make it with the help of dotted lines, and I can consider that minus omega c is over here, and we have got minus pi over here. So this is nothing but an ideal low pass filter magnitude response. Okay. So by using inverse DTFT, the formula for inverse DTFT, very important. Please note down the formula for inverse DTFT. H of n is nothing but equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration minus pi to pi h of omega e raised to minus j omega n d omega. Okay, so you have to take the integration of h of omega. Okay, now can you see h of omega over here and omega is over here. Okay, so on this axis we have got omega, on this axis we have got h of omega. Okay, now the value of h of omega is nothing but equal to 1 for an ideal low pass filter. Okay, I will put 1 over here in this formula, 1 upon 2 pi integration minus omega c to omega c. Now why are we considering minus omega c to omega c? Because I have got values only for minus omega c to omega c. So I cannot consider this, I can consider only the values for this part. So the signal has got value 1 for minus omega c to omega c. So the range will go from minus omega c to omega c. H of omega is equal to nothing but equal to 1. Okay, I have got e raised to minus j omega and d omega. Okay. Now I have to take the integration of e raised to j omega n. If I take the integration of e raised to j omega n, derivative of j omega n, okay, with respect to omega, I will get e raised to j omega n upon j n, the whole in bracket, and the limit will go from omega c minus omega c. So got the limit minus omega c to omega c, so omega c and minus omega c. Now substituting the limits over here, what will I get? E raised to j n, instead of omega I will put omega c, minus e raised to minus j n, instead of omega I will put minus omega c. Okay, so I got minus here and omega c over here. Okay, at the bottom we have got 2j. Okay, the n can come outside, the n we have taken outside, we have substituted 2 inside, and we have got 2j. Now if you can see, e raised to j theta minus e raised to minus j theta is nothing but the formula of sin theta divided by 2j. E raised to j theta minus e raised to minus j theta divided by 2j is nothing but the formula for sin theta. So I can get the value 1 upon n pi sin theta. Theta is nothing but n omega c into n omega c upon n omega c. Okay, so this is what is the value. So I can consider this value as h of n is nothing but omega c upon pi sin theta upon theta, and theta is nothing but n omega c. So this is the impulse response of a low pass filter. Thank you.